So regarding COVID-19, it's a really challenging question. Music departments, we've all been hit hard, but I would venture to say that music departments in some cases have really been devastated by COVID.
COVID has really given us some challenges, of course, just like anybody else on campus or anybody who's running something that involves the participation and organization of many people.
So much of what we do involves not necessarily physical contact, but certainly physical proximity. The idea of being socially distant is very tough for music ensembles and for musicians at any level.
When we first got word of the COVID shutdown back in March, I don't think any of us were really prepared, especially because we came into it straight from spring break. So we had to really scramble to alter everything we were doing.
Now, how do we meet this pandemic and still continue to do what we do?
Really started like doing the research and reading up on research studies that were conducted last spring and over the summer about how the virus was transmitted and ways to be safe.
This semester's been a little bit different because we knew months in advance that things were not going to be normal and that we were going to have to transition everything.
Early in the summer, I sent basically some information to the administration here and said, here's what we've learned, here's how we're planning to move forward with this. Our first priority is to keep the students safe. That's obviously has to be our number one priority. But we feel that we can do that and still be able to do a lot of the things that we normally do.
We still get to do ensembles. We still get to have most of our classes in person. We're still doing marching band. It's just, we just have to wear masks and be safe.
The symphony orchestra here is about 70 players, and our rehearsal hall, while large, really we couldn't wisely have 70 persons playing at the same time. So one of the things that I've done is I've platooned the orchestra so that whereas we might have 8 to 10 to 12 first violins in a particular large symphonic piece, we're now doing works that have 6 first violins, and then having some of the students show up for part of rehearsal and some of them go away.
Usually the symphonic band is roughly a 90 or more piece ensemble. And because of the restrictions with COVID and everything that we have going on, we have to make sure that all the chairs are anywhere between 6 and 7 feet. We try to get a little extra just to be safe, which limits our numbers to around 45 to 50.
We are wearing masks where we need to, particularly percussionists, string players in the orchestra. So a lot of our concert ensembles are moving forward as traditionally would.
The players, like the brass players, have to collect their water or their condensation. They can't just empty on the floor, We rehearse for about 35 minutes at the most. Sometimes we might go 40 minutes depending on the size of the group in the room. And then we take a break. We have to take a 15-minute break so that the air inside the rehearsal room has a chance to exchange and so forth.
Some of the great successes that we have right now in COVID is our marching band. We hired a brand new marching band director, Matt McCurry. He's been fantastic, but he walked into this COVID world.
We wish we were on the field for halftime and pregame performances, but we're in the stands. When it comes to drill, the show that we produced this year, everything had to be at a 4x4 block, so we're always 7 feet away from everybody. When we're not playing on the field, the band is in masks. We have bell covers to make sure that nothing is coming out of the end of the bell, and they're always on when we're on the field. So we're taking all of the precautions that we've been asked to take to make sure that we're keeping everybody safe.
We put on a halftime show but instead of performing it during football games, we only took a video of it and performed it during rehearsals. And we've used that clip to show it during games, but it's been very different just staying in the stands the whole time instead of being on the field and performing for everybody.
The beauty of marching band is it's outside. We can physically distance on a football field. We have that kind of stage, and we've made it work. And the band is probably the greatest testament to doing it as close to normal as possible.
This is my first semester here. When I was here last February doing an interview, I made note of how respectful and how great the students were, the faculty, the involvement in the students' lives and their education, and I knew that that's why I wanted to come to WKU, and I have seen that this entire semester with everything else that's going on. The students are great. They are approaching everything with a positive attitude. They're here wanting to learn. They're playing well. So, you know, despite everything that's going on, it's been a really good semester.
This semester has been very stressful, but academically it's been very well. I think that because of it being online and in person, that there's such a space in between where I can focus on my schoolwork and make time for myself, whereas the last year was very chaotic and I didn't make time to get stuff done. So academically, we're doing well. I just think it's very stressful for not being able to be around friends and do all the stuff that you did last year. But overall, it's been okay. It's been well.
You know, I know we're feeling the pressures of classes being online. Fortunately, the classes that I teach right now have all been face-to-face. So I enjoy getting to see them, even if it's behind a mask. They've responded really well to what we're doing. You know, they come to class prepared, they get their assignments done. So as far as the semester's going, you know, we feel the pressures of everything that's going on, but they are responding really well. Students are responding well. It's good to see the faculty here out and about, still involved in everybody's lives and trying to make this the best education as possible.
I am very hopeful that at the end of this COVID-19 pandemic, not only do we get back to normal, but there is a revitalization of interest in the arts and activities that support community art-related events.
At Western, the future of music here, immediately, we're not entirely sure if within even the next calendar year from now, if we'll be able to function as a large symphony orchestra non-masked altogether. So we imagine that it'll be a little bit of time where we're still coping with bringing students in and sending them out of rehearsal and doing smaller groups at the same time.
What's going to get back to normal and what's going to change. And I hope that the back to normal part will include students being able to perform close together, a lot more concerts again, a lot more cooperative learning in the classroom where students can talk to each other in close quarters.
Hopefully things do get better and we all come back with the same mindset and wanting to keep each other safe and healthy, but also have a good time performing and being around people in the ensembles.
So I think the thing that I like most about the music department here at Western is how close-knit we all are. I meet with my colleagues frequently, we chat about things. The students are very close to us and we communicate well together. And so the moments when the faculty and the students can all work together to create amazing things, those are some of my favorite moments.
I think that what I have seen so far with music at WKU is just successful students. You know, like we've said, with everything that's going on, they have worked really hard to continue to be successful, to continue to move forward in their music education. And so, you know, I think the future looks bright for WKU Music. We're doing the right things. We're getting the right students in here. They're enthusiastic about wanting to play and wanting to learn and then wanting to get out and teach or perform or whatever their degree is. You can see that they really want to do that.
We're kind of in this like increase of just talent overall, like for every age in this department, and it's been really interesting to see just like the caliber of musician that has come like in as a freshman, and then even when you come out as a senior, and I can't wait to see how much that continues to accelerate over time.
The department's been super welcoming. All the professors are really nice. They're really easy to get along with. They're understanding. The marching band is essentially a second family.
I think there is a great spirit on campus. And every time we host recruiting events and bring parents and prospective students to campus, I talk about the undeniable spirit that exists here at this university. I feel like the students like to wear red. We enjoy our big red mascot, and we like those aspects of being in the Western Kentucky University community that are just naturally part of this institution. And I'm very, very drawn to that.
But you know, as far as goals for the band program, we just want to keep growing and keep doing what we're doing. I think we're doing a fantastic job giving students the education they need and the musical performance opportunities that will help them to grow and to be better people.
We've all been able to come together and just have one common goal, and that's to make music and to have fun.
I rarely hear a faculty member say no to a student or no to each other. There's a lot of team spirit and a lot of sense of let's get this done, let's try new things, let's get out there and make music happen for our students and make music happen for the community.
I just feel so blessed that I get to work with the people that I have to work with, my colleagues, and more importantly, the students here. The students at WKU are fantastic. You know, they're talented, they're genuine, they're polite, they have good hearts, they're well-meaning, and they're eager to learn, you know, and they're eager to just be the best that they can be. So, I mean, I can't think of a better job in the world. Like, wow. Go Tops!